Good morning, everyone. In this video, I want to cover something very important, and that is what you should vote for when you vote in elections if you want freedom. And freedom is the main focus of this channel, Double O Days. And everything that I cover on this channel is related to freedom. The articles that I do in the news series of videos, they are all related to your freedom. And therefore, I want to vote for freedom, and I want you to understand what it takes to vote for freedom. I'll give you some hints and tips of what to look out for. And the first thing I need to explain to you is that as long as we have ballots and use the current IEC process, it'll be the freest process available in the world. I've been at voter registration weekends as a VD captain. I've been inside the actual voting area as an observer and observed vote counting. So I can firsthand tell you that that process, as long as you have representatives for the various parties there, that or independents in local government elections, that you cannot cheat the process. It's not possible. It's actually a beautiful process to witness. If you don't have witnesses there, or you don't have people there, anything can happen. And that is an important thing to understand. So if you have a party that's represented somewhere, or an individual that's represented somewhere as an independent, if you don't have observers in that place, the process breaks down. So this is the first important thing I want to mention. The next important thing, and that obviously is a part of freedom, knowing that you can be free to be the highest arbiter in the country, above the constitutional court, above the president, above parliament, above all else. On the day elections take place is the only day guaranteed under our current constitution, with its many flaws, and I'll speak about that just now, for you to be above all that and decide who you want to represent you in the current system. And the current system is completely flawed. But because the Constitution allows for a group of people in Parliament to change that Constitution and constitute a whole new system, there is a pathway to success for freedom. So what do you need to look out for when you vote, if you want to be free? The first thing you need to look out for is either an individual or a party that wants to get rid of the party system. And this is important. Parties should not have power. So if there's any party currently in the elections that you will be able to cast your ballot in on a ballot paper that wants to remove party power, then that is a party you should look at supporting if you want freedom, because they will be trying to change the system that we are in now, where parties have all the power. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a party that wants to change the constitution, or an individual that wants to change our current constitution, that sees the flaws in the current constitution and wants to use the legal way through the ballot box, which is the highest form of governance in our country, above all laws and the constitution, to use that to ensure that we change the current constitution to one where we will be in a more free system. The entire current system is captured in the current constitution, and the current constitution enables the system that has brought the country to its knees. So we have to change the constitution. The problem is not people not abiding by the constitution. The problem is the constitution. Our constitution currently allows for children at the age of 12 to override their parents, divorce their parents. And our constitution allows for parents to have no rights above the age of 12. And this is a huge problem. Our constitution also does not provide the right for you to defend your life and your property. It says plain and simply in the Bill of Rights that you have a right to life, not to defend it or your property. And the way government interprets that is that they have a right to protect your life, not you. This has to be changed. There's many other things that need to be changed. Many Trojan horses built into our current constitution and Bill of Rights. And because the Bill of Rights is above the Constitution and the Constitution is above the laws of the country, and we are above all that at the ballot box, this is where we can make a change. Anyone that wants to do anything in any other way wants to cause instability in the country. And that does not bring freedom. It brings dictatorship. So we need to steer away from that. So the ballot is the only constituted way right now where you can be above the Constitution and make a decision for a party or individual that want to remove parties first and then change the Constitution and Bill of Rights to one that provides freedom. The next thing that you need to look out for is anyone aligned with any global organization that has already taken your freedoms away. Freedom to move, freedom through curfews, freedom from assembly, freedom from many other things. Freedom from practicing basic human rights. Instead of advising people, actually dictating to people, we need to change the laws and systems that allow this, and we can do this through the ballot box. So any party or organization, which means every single party in parliament right now, is guilty and cannot be an option if you want freedom. This is just simply impossible, because none of them have shown that they believe in your freedom. They believe in power over you in governance, and this has to stop. The next thing you need to look at is any party or individual or organization that wants to make sure that you will have more power in your life. In other words, change the governance system in future to one where national government will become tiny and look after the things that are important to them, and actually make sure that local government structures are empowered, so that you are empowered first, and literally make sure that each individual is not only empowered through the ballot, but in normal daily life. So what does this mean? In our current system, only on election day are you above the Constitution, above the Bill of Rights, above everything else. Because on that day, everyone ceases to be empowered over anyone else. And any party or organization or individual that wants to get rid of that power system is a good option to vote for. The other thing that you have to look out for is any organization aligned with anything that removes power from parents and that empowers children to behave like adults. And any organization that wants to have any kind of separation, any organization, party or individual that wants to segregate people, separate the country in any way, does not support freedom and should not be an option for you if you want freedom in future. Now, a lot of these organizations might claim that they'll give you freedom where they are, but they've already actually not given other people freedom to be a part of their utopia. So the irony is unbelievable. So just think about that. These people do not believe in freedom, nor do they comprehend freedom. The next thing that you need to look out for is an individual, party or organization that does not want the power for themselves, for one individual that wants to literally be your savior. If there's any organization where there's an individual that say that they are going to save you, you cannot vote for them if you want freedom. Freedom means that you are as self-reliant and as independent of national government control as well as corporate control. So if any individual promises you things, they are not people to vote for if you want freedom, because you are making yourself dependent on them, and they want you dependent on them just through their words and actions. So already many or most organizations have been discounted at this stage. And if you look at these basic tips that I've given you now, I want you to go and think long and hard about what I've said, and look at all the organizations you've been involved in, the political parties you've been involved in, the individuals that you've been supporting, and ask yourself the question: have they empowered international organizations to have power over your freedom to choose? Have they allowed themselves to be empowered over you? Do they believe that you have a right to freedom as an individual, and will they do everything to empower you and not themselves in any position? It is very important that we use the electoral process, which is currently under this constitution, the highest decision-making process in the country. And that we use it to change the political system we're in, that we change the constitution and the Bill of Rights, so that we can change the judiciary, which is completely captured right now, so that we change the schooling system in which our children are being brainwashed into a new world order, because we are that order that's being created. And at this stage, it's very difficult to do that in a country that's as divided as we are, and with a government as incompetent as ours. Let's create that new system. Open your eyes. All of you know who and what plan I support. If you don't believe in that plan, go and promote your own. Create your own platforms and promote your own plan. Do make use of the process of election in this current system to change the system for something that will serve us better in future and ensure a better freedom, and will ensure in future a truer form of democracy, and actually make sure that our country is sovereign, because that is not the case right now. We have had many organizations come onto our shores, dictating to our current president and all his affiliate cronies to tell us how to live our lives. This will end, and it will end through your action. Thank you very much. Till the next video.